We are your community. We are your neighbors. Our family of doctors are invested in our community. At Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, we are honored to help you along the journey from injury to recovery. You have a choice with Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you.
inning. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. 1-0 the Hardhats lead as we head to the top of inning number 2. And Kelly kicks and deals the 0-1. And a swing and a miss for Cooper Cicerello. Go down and count 0-2. First play of this inning, bouncer to the right side. And the first out. So Cicerello looks at a breaking ball on the 0-2. Held up. And Kelly ready once again. The 1-2. High pop-up. Shallow outfield. Dylan Marsh going out. Harrison Good coming in. Dylan Marsh makes the grab, out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for post 339. There's a 3 unassisted ground out, the first one. And the pop out to second. Now Cooper Brown, the second baseman, he swings through first pitch breaking ball from Kelly. No balls and a strike on Brown. 1-0 Hardhats, top of inning number 2. The 0-1, swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. Now Kelly to Brown. Kelly set once again, kicks and deals the 0-2. Breaking ball just a bit high, maybe a touch inside as well. And now a ball and 2 strikes on Cooper Brown. One-two chopped foul right into the hands of the third base coach. Cooper Brown, 2 hits in 5 opportunities on the young season. Kelly comes set. Kicks and deals, the 0-2, breaking ball, called strike 3. And froze Cooper Brown to go down looking out number 3. And post 339 goes down in order in their half of the second. 1-0 Hardhats. To the bottom of the second we go after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. What? Yes, but we need the inning. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Bottom of inning number 2, 1-0 Hardhats as Dylan Marsh fouls away the first pitch from Blake Irwin. Now into the windup and the 0-1 on Marsh. Called strike 2 at the knees, outside edge, no balls and 2 strikes on Dylan Marsh. Hardhats second baseman here for game 1 of the Veterans Classic. For the Hardhats, 0-2 breaking ball, just missed touch maybe inside. Now ball and 2 strikes, here it is, and Marsh swings right through it. Fastball that time, Marsh goes down swinging out number 1. Here's Kai Jackson, designated hitter and left-handed bat for the Hardhats. Not too many lefties for the Hardhats this season. But Kai Jackson is one of them. He squares the bunt, pulls back, and watches strike 1 be called right above the knees. No balls and a strike. Irwin into the wind, the 0-1. Breaking ball, backdoor breaking ball, and it's a called strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Kai Jackson. The line kick deal, the 0-2, bouncer right side, second baseman Cooper Brown fires the first in time, out number 2. Now the catcher for the Hardhats, Jake Solano. Solano bats from the right side. First pitch, base hit and past the 5-6 gap into left field. Solano goes after the first pitch and finds the gap on the left side of the infield. A 2-out base knock for Jake Solano. So now Wilson Kiefer. 2 outs, man at first, 1-0 Hardhats. Bottom of inning number 2. Just 1 unearned run, and it came on a 2-out error, allowing Amari and Saylor to score. Irwin from the stretch comes set at the belt. Side steps and deals, and the first pitch fastball swung on and missed by Kiefer, 0-1. And immediately a check on Solano right as Irwin towed the rubber. Wilson Kiefer on the season batting .256. 11 hits and 43 at-bats. Another check on Solano. He dives back in safely with his right hand. 0-1 the count on Kiefer. The 0-1. Outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs and a man at first. Kiefer, the shortstop for the Hardhats, He's played short in every game except for one, and that one he started on the mound against Sturgis. Breaking ball, called strike 2 at the knees. On the 1-1, it becomes a 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top of the order, and Zeke Farley on deck. Deep breath from Irwin. Side steps and deals. 1-2, popped up right side and reaches out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kiefer. Count remains. Bounces the bat off his right shoulder. White and red batting gloves for Kiefer. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and down goes Kiefer swinging for out number 3. So a 2-out single stranded right there, and the Hardhats go down in their half of the second. After 2, Hardhats 1 and Bellevue East nothing. Back in a moment for inning number 3 after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth. Sales, Service, and Recreation. Top of inning number 3, 1-0. The Hardhats lead. Just one unearned run to speak of, and that came in the very first inning. Eli Kelly back to the mound for the Hardhats, and Jake Solano back behind the plate after getting his gear back on, finishing the bottom half of last inning on base after his 2-out single. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Bellevue East as Mason Chandler, the right fielder, and Cole Hallbrook, the left fielder, and then the top of the order in Paul Schuyler, the shortstop. Eli Kelly, the right-hander, curls the baseball behind his back, a nod on the head as he gains a sign from Solano. Kicks and deals. The first pitch popped up behind the plate and out of play. It lands right in the first row of bleacher-style seats here at Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark, behind the premium seating. 0-1 the count on Chandler. Another breaking ball, this one high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kelly's numbers on the season, a 4-2 record. Over 29 innings. This is his 6th start and 7th appearance overall. 34 hits, 16 runs, 9 earned runs. As Chandler looks at a fastball right below the belt, called strike 2. And a 2.17 ERA for Eli Kelly. The 1-2, breaking ball, skipped in front of the plate and blocked by Solano. So an even count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. His last outing came in Sturgis. He went just 4 innings, did record the win in Sturgis. Gave up 2 runs. That was the 14-2 victory in game 1. 2-2, foul tipped right off the mitt of Solano. Couldn't hang on to that one, so another 2-2 pitch upcoming. 2 runs on 5 hits, 5 strikeouts, and a walk for Kelly in that appearance. The 2-2. breaking ball misses down and in, and now 3-2 payoff pitch to Mason Chandler. Kelly set at the bell, kicks and deals. Here's the payoff. Bouncer right side, Dylan Marsh. Fields in the outfield turf and fires to Hollick in time for out number 1. Marsh had to roam well to his left and ended up in shallow right field before firing to Hollick. Goes down in the book as a 4-3. Here's Cole Hallbrook. And Hallbrook looks at ball 1 upstairs. 1 out, nobody on. 1-0 Hardhats. Hallbrook has only played in 1 game, no at-bats. This is his first official at-bat. He has scored a run. So that means he came on as a pinch runner. Found that one away. Now the 1-1, lifted into right field, hooking into the corner. Harrison good on the run, slides, and he makes the grab right up against the fence for out number 2. Nice play by Harrison Good, battling the sun, and with the fence in the back of his mind, he makes the sliding grab for out number 2. Top of the order now for post 339. It's Paul Schuyler. He popped out to second his first trip. Big gap up the middle. And he looks at a first pitch breaking ball low for ball 1. This Schuyler's first game of the season. A bouncer left side, Wilson Kiefer fields on a couple of hops, fires the Hollick in time to beat him by about a step for out number 3, and post 339 goes down in order, just as they did in the second. In their half of the third. Back in a moment for the bottom of the third after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City.
Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore has provided a full range of legal services for over 40 years in Rapid City. As one of the largest and highly respected law firms in western South Dakota and multi-state region, our expert team of diversified attorneys offer a very personalized style of legal representation. Whether it's support and recommendations with legal documents or the strongest proponent in a court of law, trusting who you hire as your advocate is vital in achieving the best results. Contact the experienced professionals today at Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore Attorneys at Law.
Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail broadcast booth. Sales, service, and recreation. First pitch to Zeke Farley to start off the bottom of the third. He bunts it foul right off of himself at the plate. So no balls and a strike on Farley. 1-0 Hardhats here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 0-1, and it's a bouncer left side. Tough play for the shortstop. He lets it go through into left field. A leadoff single for Zeke Farley. He's in the hit column, and he's 1 for 2. Paul Schuyler thought about diving for that ball to his right, but it just hit hard enough for Schuyler to decide against it. Runner on first, plenty of speed there. Now Amarian Saylor at the plate. A single and a run scored in the first. First pitch to Saylor popped up right over my head and out of play. 0-1. 2 big errors and 1 allowed to run the score in that first inning. A check on Farley as he dives back in safely. Now ball's in a strike on Saylor. Here's the 0-1. It goes between the wickets of the catcher Lucas, and up the second easily goes Zeke Farley. Even count now, 1 ball, 1 strike. A runner at second now for making 180 feet from making this a 2-0 Hard Hat lead. And Saylor looks at ball 2 downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1, Irwin double takes back to second. Long pause, and Saylor asks for time at the plate. There's some instances where it seems like the pitcher just asks the batter to ask for time. That seemed to be one of them. Maybe he didn't like the pitch selection or something else, but now Irwin misses high with a fastball. 3 balls and a strike, and here comes Skyler in from second to talk to his pitcher. Giving him some words on what Zeke Farley is doing behind him. Skyler immediately behind Farley, and ball 4 misses high on Saylor, so runners on first and second. Saylor stays 1 for 1. Here's Wyatt Anderson, and now a mound visit for Bellevue East. 1-0 our score. The games earlier today, saw the scores be posted on the Hardhats Twitter account. But here at Fitzgerald Stadium, Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark, Game 1 of the day at 9 a.m. Post 400 out of Fargo. 10-0 victors out over Miles City, Montana. Cheyenne defeated Mitchell in Game 2, 9-6. Mitchell played a doubleheader today and was defeated against Laramie, 7-6. in the back half of that doubleheader. And then Laramie and Pierre played, and Laramie took the victory 6-1 over Pierre. Runners take off. Farley dives into third. A delayed steal for Amarian Saylor. Now he's caught in a rundown. Zeke Farley is thinking about going home. Now the first baseman trips and is injured on the play. Run comes in to score, and Saylor up to third, and now time is asked for. That is the first baseman, Austin Pavin. Now, it looked like he twisted an ankle or some kind of lower body injury and immediately fell to the ground. No dirt to contend with, just the turf all around here at Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark. Hate to see any sort of injury. But Amarian Saylor ends up at third after being caught in a rundown. Zeke Farley gets credited with a stolen base of third and home, I believe. It's 2-0 Hardhats and a weird chain of events. Boy, Pavin still down on the ground. He hasn't moved that much, just sitting on his backside. We'll take a step aside and come back here on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City, hopefully with an update on Pavin. of Bellevue East. Back in a moment. Sales, service, and detail broadcast booths, sales, service, and recreation. So Austin Pavin up and unable to put any pressure on his right leg, getting help off the field. So I hope that young man is all right. It's Tyler Thiede who comes in to replace him at first base for post 339. And the first pitch to Wyatt Anderson misses high for ball 1. So 2-0 Hardhats on that weird chain of events. Saylor at third. And a 1-0 count on Anderson, and the 1-0 pops sky high, shallow outfield. A long run for the left fielder, Cole Holbrook, and he can't make the play. It bounces to his left, and Saylor comes in and scores. The third run of this contest, Anderson ends up at second base with what will be scored as a double. Holbrook had a long run to come in for that ball. I'm surprised the shortstop or the third baseman, Schuyler or Johnson, didn't even try and go out for that ball. Holbrook playing very deep at left field. Ends up being 3-0 Hardhats. First pitch to Hayden Hollick, swung on and missed. 0-1. The 0-1 to Hollick, popped up behind the plate, out of play. And now 0-2 on Hollick. He's 0 for 1 in this ball game, but extended the first inning. Reached on a crucial error by the shortstop, Paul Schuyler. Currently 3-0 Hardhats. Anderson on second. Here's the 0-2. And it misses high with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. One ball, 2 strikes to count. The 1-2. A line drive right back up the middle into center field. And here comes Anderson rounding third. The throw comes in. It's right to the plate, but Anderson's in standing up. Hollick to second on the play. It's 4-0 Hardhats. Good piece of hitting by Hayden Hollick. Not trying to do too much with that ball, but taking it right back up the middle where it came from. So a RBI single, and advancing to second on the throw for Hayden Hollick. And strike 1 is called on Harrison Good. Irwin double takes back to second, kicks and deals the 0-1, a line drive into center field. And short hops the center fielder down for a base hit, but a wicked snag by Cooper Cicerello to save that ball from going all the way to the wall. And boy, I would have to imagine Harrison Good would be on his horse if that ball ended up past Cicerello. So it's first and second, still nobody out in this inning, because Hollick had to hold up at second base on that sinking line drive. Dylan Marsh tries to push a bunt attempt up the first base line. It hits himself and becomes a foul ball. 0-1 the count on Marsh. He struck out swinging his first try. 4-0 Hardhats on 5 hits. The 0-1 fouled straight back out of play. And it goes into the indoor facility where the Hardhats hid in their batting cages in there. Never seen that happen, but an open door on the indoor facility. The 0-2 misses high with a fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two on, nobody out, 4-0 Hardhats. Irwin along looking to his catcher, A.J. Lucas. Lucas sets up down and away. Double take back to second. Now triple take and the 1-2. A little flare over the head of the shortstop into left center field. Hollick goes to third. Everyone moves up to 90 feet. It ends up being a single for Dylan Marsh. A little bloop single. Now bases loaded. Nobody out for Kai Jackson. Hollick at third. Good at second. Marsh at first. Kai Jackson, 0 for 1, a bouncer to second, his first try. Nice crowd on hand at Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark. Currently 66 degrees on a wind-free night here in Rapid City. Very nice night for baseball. Out of the windup, first pitch to Kai Jackson, misses up and away, ball 1. This is the first appearance on the mound for Blake Irwin on the season. Granted, post 339 has only played 3 games. This is their 4th. The 1-0 to Jackson. Swing and a miss on the fastball. And now 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Jackson, 5 hits and 8 at-bats. The 1-1 misses down and away. Two balls and a strike. Irwin set once again. Now working out of the stretch with the bases loaded. The 2-1 popped up left side out of play, and it'll end up on the berm. Some fans sitting on the grass berm area behind the Hardhats dugout. Not a bad spot to watch a baseball game. The 2-2. A little blooper in a shallow left field, and that's down for a hit. Everyone will move up 90 feet. Here comes Hollick and Good to the plate. It scores 2. Kai Jackson the second. I believe it'll be a single and an error as Hallbrook misplayed it in left field. Either way, 2 runs come in to score, and it's 6-0 Hardhats now. Dylan Marsh ends up at third base. Jackson to second. Jake Solano at the plate, and just like his first at-bat, a "Here we go Solano" chant from some fans. And Solano looks at ball 1 low. And the 1-0 Strike going at the knees, 1 ball and 1 strike on Solano. A single his first trip, 2 men in scoring position, still looking for the first out for Bellevue East defensively. Solano pops it up, foul, right side, out of play. So a ball and a strike on Solano. Actually, 1 and 2. Here's the 1-2. Chopper up the first baseline, foul. Count remains 1 and 2. The 1-2 misses high, right above the letters. Now 2 and 2 on Solano. I would suspect a reliever is warming in the bullpen for Bellevue East, and there is. It's a left-hander in that bullpen. Up the first baseline, Solano chops it foul right past Wilson Kiefer in the on-deck circle. Southpaw unable to get a license plate on him just yet. The 2-2. High, now ball 3, so 3 and 2 on Jake Solano and Wilson Kiefer on deck. Blake Irwin trying to refine the strike zone. He kicks and deals the payoff, and it's foul tipped into the glove of A.J. Lucas to go down swinging out number 1. So here's Wilson Kiefer, 2 ducks on the pond still for him with 1 gone. 6-0 Hardhats here in the third. The 9th man sent to the plate in this inning. Kiefer squares the bunt, drops it down, and Marsh comes in to score on the suicide squeeze. Kiefer out at first, but the Hardhats execute the suicide squeeze. And it's 7-0. Give Wilson Kiefer that RBI. So a runner at third, that's Jackson. Top of the order now with 2 gone in Zeke Farley. First pitch to Farley. Strike going on the lower outside edge, 0-1. Irwin set, stares down Jackson, kicks and deals the 0-1. Bouncer right side, past the second baseman into right field. An RBI single for Zeke Farley, and it's 8-0 Hardhats. And now Amarian Saylor will bat for the 2nd time this inning. A walk and a run scored for him. Farley aboard first, 2 gone. First pitch to Saylor, ball that missed a touch below the knees. 1 ball, no strikes. Now the 1-0. Strike on at the knees. One ball and 1 strike the count on Saylor. A check on Farley. He's back in safely. Saylor 1 for 1. Been on base twice, a single and a walk. And this one ends up to the right of the feet for A.J. Lucas. And now the 2-1 to Saylor. Downstairs, scooped by Lucas behind the plate. Now 3 balls and a strike. Farley still at first and 2 gone. Wyatt Anderson on deck. The 3-1. Swing and a miss. Farley took off for second to throw down. Not in time. He slides in feet first with a stolen base. Twos across the board. Man on second. 8-0 Hardhats. Actually 3-2. Irwin set, kicks and deals the payoff. Bouncer, a high leap by Irwin. He underhand flips it to first in time. Out number 3. The Hardhats put up 7 in the 3rd inning as we head to the 4th. Back in a moment on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales, Service, and Recreation. The Hardhats hold an 8-0 lead as we head to inning number 4, thanks to a 7-spot last inning, when they sent 10 men to the plate. Make it 11. Can't count, apparently. First pitch from Eli Kelly, a breaking ball on Landon Johnson, missed low for ball 1. And a strike right across the belt. Even count now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Johnson fouls the 1-1 back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count. Leadoff man here in the top of the 4th. Bellevue East trailing 8-0. Final game of the day here at the Veterans Classic, at least at Black Hills Surgical Hospital Ballpark, as Johnson bounces a foul right by the Hardhats dugout. Breaking ball misses high and tight. Now 2-2. Kelly twirls the baseball behind his back, comes set, and the 2-2. Fastball lifted shallow right field. Harrison Good, a few steps in fair territory, makes the grab, out number 1. So 1 up, 1 gone. Here's the catcher, H.A. Lucas. A double his first try. a lone hit for Bellevue East. And a first pitch breaking ball called strike one at the knees. And Lucas just missed a home run. And high off the shield sign in left field. A one breaking ball called strike two. So back-to-back breaking balls against A.J. Lucas. Don't want to leave a hanger for him, but also don't want to give him a fastball. And now no balls and 2 strikes. Kelly comes set, and Lucas asks for time immediately as Kelly comes set. The 0-2. And that one spiked in front of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Johnson, Lucas, and Irwin, the 3 scheduled. A 1-2 popped up shallow right field. A long run for Harrison Good. He drifts into foul territory and makes the grab in foul territory by 2 steps for out number 2. So 2 nice plays by Harrison Good in right field. Harrison looks very comfortable in right field. Played there every game this season. So 2 outs, nobody on for the pitcher, Blake Irwin. And Irwin drives one into center field right at Zeke Farley. He moves a few steps to his left and makes the grab out number 3. So 3 flyouts and 3 up, 3 down go and post 339 in their half of the 4th. We head to the bottom half of this inning. 8-0 Hardhats. Back in a moment on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. The Hardhats back to the bats, leading 8-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Blake Irwin back to the mound. He winds, kicks, deals, and misses downstairs on the 3-bat of Wyatt Anderson. 3, 4, and 5 scheduled here against Irwin. The 1-0 fastball right across the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Irwin works very quickly after gaining the sign into the wind and the 1-1. Bounce foul up against the Hardhats dugout. Bounces in fair territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Wyatt Anderson. A double and a strikeout. And the 1-2 breaking ball laid off of. Even count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Irwin into the line, and the 2-2 lifted high and deep to right field. A long run for a right fielder. That one's back and deep, and that ball is gone. A solo home run for Wyatt Anderson. And the Hardhats add on 1 more. It's 9-0. How about an Oppo Taco home run for Wyatt Anderson? First home run out of the ballpark this season for Wyatt Anderson. Gets to wear the home run hard hat. 9-0 Hardhats. And Hollick looks at ball one low from Irwin. The 1-0. Hollick bouncer to a short. Skyler fires to first in time for out number one. Now Harrison good. Good bats from the right side. 9-0 Hardhats, 1 out, nobody on. Irwin into the wind, and good. A high fly ball to center field. Cicerello back. He looks up. That ball is 2 bounces up against the wall. Good. Digs for third. The ball's cut off at throw into third. Not in time. Harrison Good in with a 1 out triple. One out man at third, and now Dylan Marsh. Marsh fouls one off the mask of the catcher Lucas. Our home plate umpire just walks the ball out to Irwin to give Lucas some extra time. A 1 on Marsh, called strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. Irwin kicks and deals the 0-2. Marsh laid off of a high fastball, and now a ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2, breaking ball outside, even count now, 2-2. And strike 3 called on Dylan Marsh. For out number 2. A little confusion there whether that was strike 2 or strike 3. Marsh goes down looking with a backwards K, so he's 1 for 3. Here's Kai Jackson, 1 for 2 day, man at third, 2 outs, 9-0 Hardhats, and Jackson bouncer up the first base line foul. 0-1. The 0-1, line drive, base hit into left field, and down for an RBI single for Kai Jackson, making it 10-0 Hardhats. Nice piece of hitting by Kai Jackson, going to the opposite field. Good scores easily from third. Here's Jake Solano. 2 outs, man on first, 10-0 Hardhats. Solano 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. Irwin sidesteps and delivers, and Solano fouls it back and out of play up against the indoor facility. 0-1. The ball's in a strike. Here's the 0-1. It misses downstairs on Solano. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two outs, man on first. Irwin set at the belt. Peaky delivers, and Solano swings through a fastball top of the zone. 1-2 now. Shoulderwood stands with the 2 strikes for Jake Solano. Here's the 1-2. A little jam shot and foul ball off the netting. The 1-2. Line drive foul, making Coach Torvey duck out of the way. Another 1-2 to Solano. Fouled straight back out of play. Look out in the concession stand area. Solano stays alive at least for one more pitch. Runner on first, 2 gone, 10-0 Hardhats. The run rule in effect in this tournament. Solano chops one foul off the Hardhats dugout. Still 1-2. Tried to turn and burn on that one. That was pitch number 100 for Blake Irwin. This will be a 1-1 after our umpire gains some more baseballs. One ball, 2 strikes, still the count on Solano. Red batting gloves and a red and black bat for the super senior. The 1-2. Downstairs, skipped off the plate. Even count now, 2-2. Long at bat for Solano. Ten runs, 11 hits for the Hardhats. They've been helped out by 3 errors for Bellevue East. The 2-2 misses high, and now 3-2 on Solano. He's found off quite a few pitches. I expect Jackson to be in motion on the 3-2 with 2 outs. Payoff pitch to Jake Solano. Here it is. Runner takes off, a bouncer to short. Schuyler up with it, he fires at first. A low throw, but it's snagged on the back end. In time, out number 3. The Hardhats tack on 2 more runs. They lead 10-0 heading to the 5th. Back in a moment on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome back to the Anytime Auto Sales Service and Detail Broadcast Booth, Sales Service and Recreation. Top of inning number 5, the Hardhats hanging on to a 10-0 lead. And Eli Kelly to face 5, 6, and 7 in the Bellevue East order. It'll be the first at-bat for Tyler Thiede, who had to come on to replace the injured Austin Pavin. Tap of the Hardhats around Eli Kelly, with this potentially the final half inning of this ball game. So Tyler Thiede bats from the right side. It's Thiede, Cicerello, and Brown. Kelly from the belt kicks and deals. The first pitch breaking ball misses a touch low, ball 1. Thiede on the season has played in 1 game, 0 for 3. In that 1 game, he scored a run. Kelly misses outside for ball 2. No batting gloves on the right side. 2 balls and no strikes, and it's fouled away. Right side out of play. 2-1. The 2-1. Outside with a breaking ball. Now 3 balls and a strike. Kelly comes set once again. Here's a 3-1. Line drive, base hit into right field. Harrison Good will fire to first, and it's way wild. Backed up on the play by Solano. It's just a single. No error for trying to get the man out at first. Tried to go 9-3. So Thiede on to lead off the 5th. Here's Cooper Cicerello. Cicerello 0 for 1. He popped out the second, his first time. Potentially going to be asked to lay down a bunt. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bellevue resort to small ball and try and extend this ball game just by scoring 1 run. Cicerello, the high hands above his head. Waves the bat and he swings away. A line drive. Short hops with Kiefer to second for 1. Over to first in time. It's a 6-4-3 double play. Boy, a long talking to the third base coach and Cicerello. He swings away at the first pitch and it ends up a 6-4-3 double play.
Next batter, number 13, Brown.
Here's Cooper Brown. 2 outs, nobody on. Brown struck out looking his first try. White batting gloves, a white helmet for Brown, and he looks at a called strike 1 right above the knees. 0-1. The 0-1, he scores the bunt, drops it up the third base line. Going to be a tough play for Wyatt Anderson. He throws the first, not in time. And Brown beats out an infield bunt single.
Nice bunt. Brings the play.
Perfectly plays bunt by Cooper Brown. First pitch from Eli Kelly to Mason Chandler, a called strike 1 at the knees. 0-1. The runner not being held on at first with the big lead and 2 outs. The runner takes off, breaking ball called strike 2. And on the defensive indifference, Brown moves up to second. The 0-2 down to their final strike tonight for post 339. Breaking ball fouled away off the screen. And Chandler just got a piece of it. Bounced to second his first time up. Kelly set the 0-2 once again. Line drive into left field, down for a base hit. Saylor comes up throwing. The throw to the plate is up the third base line. And it goes down as an RBI single for Mason Chandler. And it's 10-1.
Now batting, number 7, Cole.
So Chandler delivers. Brown comes in to score. First pitch, bunt attempt, drop foul beyond the plate from Cole Holbrook. Oh, 1 the count. So we will play at least the bottom of the 5th inning. Hardhats will have Kiefer, Farley, and Saylor. 3 first up. The 0-1 popped up behind the plate, foul, and out of play. No balls and 2 strikes on Holbrook. Kelly comes set at the belt once again, and the 0-2, swing and a miss. Foul tipped in the glove, actually. And that's out number 3. And that might be the ball game. So an 8-run rule victory after 5 in this tournament. A 10-1 victory for the Hardhats over Bellevue East. We'll take a 30-second step aside and be back for our Pioneer Bank and Trust postgame show right after this on Hardhats TV and Fox Sports Rapid City. Welcome into our Pioneer Bank and Trust post-game show. Pioneer Bank and Trust is proud to support local sports, and they want to be your trusted partner for all your banking needs. Pioneer Bank and Trust is local. Visit pioneerbankandtrust.com. Hardhats, Game 1 winners here in the Veterans Classic. They improved to 1-0 here at the Veterans Classic, 10-1, an 8-run rule victory after 5 over Bellevue East. And the story of this ball game, it was a big 3rd inning for the Hardhats. 1 run, 1 unearned run in the bottom of the 1st for the Hardhats, thanks to a 2-out error allowing Saylor to score, and 7 runs in the 3rd inning for the Hardhats, and they sent 11 men to the plate in that inning. And Bellevue also ended up with an injury to their first baseman in that inning, so we still hope that Austin Pavin is all right, and hope that he's able to play throughout the rest of the tournament and throughout the season. After that 7th spot in the third, a 2-run, a 4th inning for the Hardhats before the Hiker Real Estate post 339 team put up 1 in the top of the 5th, but a 9-run difference for the Hardhats in this one. Gaining that final out, Eli Kelly finishes all 5 innings on the mound. He picks up the win. 5 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned. 2 strikeouts and no walks for Eli Kelly. He only needed 58 pitches to complete those 5 innings of play. Blake Irwin went all 4 for Bellevue East. He picks up the loss, needed 104 pitches, 11 hits, 10 runs, 7 earned runs, 6 strikeouts, and 1 walk for Blake Irwin for Bellevue East. Today's player of the game is sponsored by Claiborne Los and Sabres. Whether it's divorce, injury, or a business dispute, when you need someone to step up for you, the law office at Claiborne Los and Sabres is always ready. Just Google Claiborne Los and Sabres in Rapid City. And today's player of the game, I'll give it to Wyatt Anderson, a solo home run in the 4th inning for Wyatt to lead off that 4th inning for the Hardhats. An opposite field, Oppo Taco home run for Wyatt Anderson. And a double as well in the big 3rd inning for the Hardhats. So Wyatt Anderson, today's Claiborne Los and Sabres player of the game. Tomorrow night, folks, the Hardhats play a doubleheader starting at approximately 4:30 Mountain Time, and then the nightcap right after that at 7 o'clock approximately, barring the games on schedule for tomorrow. The Hardhats will host Miles City, Montana at 4:30, and then face a good team from Laramie, Wyoming, who put up the lone blemish in the loss column for the team from Cheyenne, the Post-6 Sixers, who the Hardhats have seen many times this season, and they are here at the Veterans Classic as well. So keep that in mind as this tournament continues. So until approximately 4:30 p.m. tomorrow night with a 4:20 pregame show. My name is Adam Birch. Good night and have a wonderful evening.